Good morning, kids. Well, welcome back after this long break without no contact, without seeing each other. Well, I really hope everybody is doing well and ready to learn in this new way, this new method that we are going to be using from now on. Probably for the next 2 or 3 more weeks. Okay, so we will start today with chapter 8, lesson 2 in your social studies book that it's called Local Governments. As we all know, the way that we work, we read first, then we explain it together and we go over the lessons. Okay, so everybody open your books to page 272. It's chapter 8, lesson 2, local. It says, local governments serve communities such as cities and towns, as well as counties. A county is part of a state. A county often has several towns or cities within its borders. For example, when we are talking about a place, we can say that Sonora is the state, okay? Agua Prieta is in this little corner over here. This would be the state, all this, and this little piece, this little place called Agua Prieta will be the county, okay? And this will be your state. Do we understand? This little piece will be your county. That's what we are going to be talking today about. The difference between these two. How the governments, the laws are in this place and how the laws are in this little place. You will see that they are very similar. Even though this is a big place and this is a small place, they have similar types of governments. The same type of rules, the same type of people, and better than, we all share the same government, okay? So let's start. It says, city and town government. Each city and town in a county has its own local government. What do we mean by saying local? Local is something original from a place. For example, I cannot say that an animal that lives in this place in the state is local to this county. Does this animal belong to this place? No. This animal is not local. But if I find a little animal in this place, let me use another color. If I find an animal in that place, inside that small place, that is going to be a local animal because that belongs to this little place. We say local by saying, for example, we live in Agua Prieta. Can we find the same types of plants in Agua Prieta and in Hermosillo? No. We cannot find, for example, in Hermosillo, you will find many trees of oranges. In Agua Prieta, as you drive by or walk by in the streets, you're not going to find that many orange trees because it's not a local plant. Do we understand? Okay, we continue. It says, in some community governments, all citizens decide things at a town meeting. In others, elected leaders meet to make decisions. It says, different local governments. There are two main types of city governments. Both include a council or a group of people who meet to make laws. This is a legislative branch of local government. If we go back, it says there are two main types of city governments. Both include a council or a group of people who meet to make laws. This is the legislative branch of local governments. We need to understand that, we need to understand that not all the people can get together to make a rule. For example, at our school, at Colegio Americano Anaís, we are around 300 students. Imagine the amount of parents. Let's say each student has one parent. That would be 300 parents. And let's say that Teacher Patty wants to make the rules of the school. Can you imagine 300 people trying to make one rule at a time? No, that wouldn't be possible. So the thing is that Teacher Patty gathers with her closest team members that are Mrs. Bonillas, Mrs. Mari. They get together, 3 people make the laws for 300 students in the school. It's whatever they decide, all the community have to go by their rules, but by those 3 persons making our rules. Well, the same thing happens here. All the people, let's say that in this local county, we're going to write local here so that you know. In this local county, let's say there are 1,000 people. 1,000 live here. 1,000 people. Can you imagine 1,000 people getting together to make the rules, to make the laws? It's not possible. We would never get into something. We would never finally get a rule done. So what we do, this 1,000 people select, they get together into groups and they select 10 people. So out of 10,000, 10 people will represent all the 1,000 people. So those 10 people will be called council. They are the ones that are going to represent us in the government, okay? Let's go back to the book. It says, in a major council government, voters in a city elect the major, sorry about that. In a major council government, voters in a city elect the mayor and the council members. Now, we already have a council. Remember, we said out of 1,000 people, 10 will be our council. Now, out of these 1,000 people, 1 person will be the one that is going to represent everyone, including the council. And then those 1,000 people get to select 1 president. So now, this 1,000 people are voting, are saying, we want this person, we want that person, but we have to vote for the council members and for the president, okay? So, now, he or she leads the executive branch and makes sure city laws are carried out. The council makes laws and collects taxes. Now, if you remember, at the beginning of the school year, we talked about 3 branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. Well, let me tell you, the council members are going to represent the legislative branch. The president is going to be the executive. The legislative makes the laws. The president makes sure everybody is following the laws, just like in our school. We said that Teacher Patty, Mrs. Mari, and Mrs. Bonillas are the ones that make the rules. They get together and they make the rules for all the students and all the teachers. Well, Mrs. Ortiz is the owner. She is the principal, and she is the one that is in charge of seeing that everybody everybody is following the rules. The same thing happens here. The council makes the laws. The president sees that everybody is following the rules, okay? In a council-manager government, voters also elect council members. Then the council chooses one of its members to be the mayor. It also hires a city manager to help run the city. It also hires a city manager to help run the city. The city manager hires people to run the fire, police, and other departments. Now, do you think that Teacher Patty could run all the school by herself? No. Well, the president cannot take care of all the 1,000 people in the local government or in the county. So he needs helpers. Teacher Patty, as a helper, she has Mrs. Bonillas, Mrs. Mari, Susie, Maribel, the teachers, Mr. Humberto. Well, she's not alone. She's not the only person that is working at our school. So the same thing the president is doing. He needs helpers. He needs a person to tell him what is going on in this side of the city. What is going on with the police department? What is going on with the fire department? Everybody needs help of everybody. So he needs helpers. So he is going to hire the city manager, and this person is going to be in charge of hiring the rest of the people. Okay? Let's go to the next page, page 274. It says, county government. Most states are divided into counties. For example, New Jersey has 21 counties. Each county has its own local government. They are saying that each state is divided into different counties, into little pieces. We said here that the state of Sonora is divided in little pieces. Here's Agua Prieta, and then here's Cananea, and so on. It's going to be divided into each one. Each little place has a local government, one president. The president is called the mayor, okay? So each little place has a mayor. Each one is a president. Each mayor has its helpers. They each need different helpers. Agua Prieta has its mayor. Cananea has its mayor. But does the police of Agua Prieta goes and work in Cananea? No. Each little county has its own police, its own fire department, its own helper, its own water system. They are independent. That means that each little place needs helpers, needs workers, okay? Now, it says, the county board. In New Jersey, a group of people is elected by citizens of the county to form a county board. The board members discuss problems in the county and makes laws to solve them. These laws affect only the people and area of the county. The board members meet in the county seat. A county seat is the city or town in which the main offices of the county government are located. Now, we said that each council is going to make their laws. Now, if Agua Prieta is making a law saying that all the people of Agua Prieta have to ride a bike, does that mean that the people in Cananea have to follow the same rule? No. Each government is going to make their own rules for their own people. Okay? So the people of Cananea is not going to follow the rules of Agua Prieta, and so on. Only if the president of all the state is giving a rule, then all the people will have to follow his rule. But meanwhile, each county will make their own laws. Okay? Now, county courts. County governments often have their own courts. A court is a place for deciding whether a person has broken a law. County courts are the judicial branch of county government.